Bonjour, French 1 students. Here are your listening activities for Lesson 11, Workbook pages 101 and 102. S'il vous plaît, ouvrez vos livres à la page sont. En sont en. Okay? So open up your workbooks to page 101.
Unité 4. Le monde personnel et familier. Leçon 11. Le copain de Mireille. Section 1. Les adjectifs. A. Compréhension orale. You will hear a series of adjectives. Can you determine if these adjectives describe boys, girls, or both? Listen carefully. If the adjective is masculine only, check column A. If the adjective is feminine only, check column B. If the adjective can be either masculine or feminine, check both columns. Modèle.
Amusante.
Amusante is a feminine adjective. You would check column B. Commençons.
1. Intéressant. 2. Intelligente. 3. Timide. 4. Sympathique. 5. Mignonne. 6. Sportif. 7. Intelligent. 8. Sportive.
Now check your answers. You should have marked column A for numbers 1, 3, 4, 6, and 7. You should have marked column B for numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. B. Parler. You will hear the description of a boy followed by the name of a girl. Say that this girl has the same personality traits as the boy. Modèle.
Philippe est amusant. Et Mélanie?
Elle est amusante.
1. Nicolas est intelligent. Et Stéphanie?
Elle est intelligente.
2. Thomas est timide. Et Véronique?
Elle est timide.
3. Jean-Paul est sportif. Et Isabelle?
Elle est sportive.
4. Patrick est gentil. Et Marie?
Elle est gentille.
5. Antoine est sympathique. Et Julie?
Elle est sympathique.
6. Pierre est intéressant. Et Pauline?
Elle est intéressante.
Here's the key for that.
Section 2. Les nationalités. C. Compréhension orale. You will hear about the nationalities of various people. Do these adjectives describe men or women? If the adjective is masculine, circle the letter A. If the adjective is feminine, circle the letter B. Modèle.
Tu es américain.
Américain is a masculine adjective. You would circle the letter A. Commençons.
1. Vous êtes anglaise, n'est-ce pas? 2. Voici mon amie canadienne. 3. Lee est chinois. 4. Michiko est japonaise. 5. Silvio est italien. 6. Pilar est mexicaine.
Now check your answers. You should have circled the letter A for sentences 3 and 5. You should have circled the letter B for sentences 1, 2, 4, and 6. D. Parler. Now you will hear where certain people live. Say that they have the nationalities of these countries. Modèle.
Mes copines habitent en Italie.
Elles sont italiennes.
Commençons.
1. Mon cousin habite au Mexique.
Il est mexicain. 2. Ma tante habite en Espagne.
Elle est espagnole. 3. Mes cousines habitent au Canada.
Elles sont canadiennes. 4. Madame Katagiri habite au Japon.
Elle est japonaise. 5. Monsieur Tang habite en Chine.
Il est chinois. 6. Mon oncle habite en Suisse.
Il est suisse.
Here are the answers for that.
Section 3. Dictée. E. Écoutez et écrivez. You will hear a short dialogue spoken twice. First, listen carefully to what the people are saying. The second time you hear the dialogue, fill in the missing words. Écoutez.
Qui sont les filles sur la photo?
Ce sont des copines de Québec.
Elles sont canadiennes?
Non, elles sont françaises. Elles sont sympathiques et très amusantes.
Et les garçons qui jouent au foot?
Ils sont mexicains. Ils sont très sportifs.
Listen again and fill in the missing words.
Qui sont les filles sur la photo?
Ce sont des copines de Québec.
Elles sont canadiennes?
Non, elles sont françaises. Elles sont sympathiques et très amusantes.
Et les garçons qui jouent au foot?
Ils sont mexicains. Ils sont très sportifs.
Here's the key for that. So we have qui sont les filles sur la photo? Ce sont des copines de Québec. Elles sont canadiennes. No, elles sont françaises. Elles sont sympathiques et très amusantes. Et les garçons qui jouent au foot, ils sont mexicains. Ils sont très sportifs. Working through that translation, right, we have who are the girls in the picture. They are some friends from Quebec. Are they Canadian? No, they are French. They are nice and very fun. And the boys who are playing soccer, they are Mexican. They are very athletic. So taking a look at your homework, which is the workbook pages for lesson 11. Activity number 1 says the following brothers and sisters are like each other. Describe the sisters according to the model. So again, what you have in the sentence they've given you is the masculine and singular form of the adjective. You have to make it feminine and singular. Okay, so first word in all of these is going to be a, the verb. And then Yvonne, so petite, the feminine form of petite, ends in an E. So you're just writing those out for this activity. Activity 2, describe 2 cousins of yours, 1 male, 1 female. Write 4 sentences for each person. Your sentences may be affirmative or negative. And again, if you don't have a male or female cousin, you're just going to make it up, okay? So you're going to describe them. So this is that example of an affirmative sentence, right? And here is an example of a negative sentence. Do make sure that you stick with adjectives that you've learned. So this is not the time to go use Google Translate and look up new words, right? You're learning and working with the adjectives you've learned in this lesson. 3. Complete the following descriptions with le, la, or les and the appropriate forms of the adjectives in parentheses, right? Because le tells us that the noun is masculine and singular. La tells us that the noun is feminine and singular. And les tells us that the noun is plural. So, les livres sont intéressants. Livre is masculine and plural here. So, intéressant is masculine and plural. So, this is about making your adjectives agree. So, in number 1, it's le poster, which tells us that poster is masculine and singular. So, amusant is just going to be the way it is in our book, because, again, remember, these are all going to be the masculine and singular forms of these adjectives. So you're making your adjectives agree in gender and number with your nouns. 4, quelle nationalité? Read where the people live and give their nationalities. Be sure to give the appropriate form of the adjective. So I've helped you out because in the past I found that students don't always know their geography very well. So again, I'm kind of giving you the countries that these are in. These L kind of help you, right? L tells you that this is 2 girls. So it's going to be elles sont, because we have to use the plural form of the verb être. And then Quebec means Canadien. So again, here's my masculine singular form. And now I need to make it feminine. So I add an NE, and I have to make it plural as well and add an S. So this is about making your adjectives for nationalities agree in gender and number with the subjects of your sentences. Exercise 5, les voisins. Sandrine is talking about her neighbors. Write what she says using the words in parentheses. Follow the model. So our example here, we have Catherine and fille and amusante. And so again, our first word here is a noun. So we need to add an un or an une, depending upon whether the noun is masculine or feminine. And then again, the adjective always that they've given you is going to be the masculine and singular form, and you have to make it agree. So the example becomes Catherine est une fille amusante. Charles, a garçon is masculine. And so timide would just be the way it is given to us. So you're writing sentences like that for these. Exercise 6, commérage. Jean-Paul likes to talk about other people. Write what he says using the suggested words. So here you're making a whole sentence. So kind of at this first backslash, you have to conjugate your verb. Right? That means make it match the subject of the sentence. With your next word, you have to add, again, the un or the une, depending upon whether the noun is masculine or feminine. And then for your adjectives, you need to make them agree, okay, in gender and number. So, for example, Frederic, instead of Frederic's name, I'm just going to write il. Invité, so that's a regular ER verb. So here's my stem, and to the stem I add an E for il. Une, because fille is feminine. And again, this is the masculine singular form of anglais. I need to make it feminine and singular, so I need to add an E. So, il invite une fille anglaise. So you're writing out sentences like that for the 4 of those that are left. And that is your homework assignment. Au revoir. À demain.